In this black box is something that's pretty special to me. This is one of my oldest pieces of equipment, the 1979 Roland Space Echo RE150. It's one of my favorite pieces of audio equipment ever made, and I just love it to death. I was incredibly lucky to find one at a thrift store in a silent auction. I paid what felt like a lot for it at the time, but it has significantly increased in value since that time. So the reason we're looking at this today is because I have new tape cartridges. This is the RT1L Echo Chamber Tape cartridge that was sent to me from Nathaniel Cade. He told me he had a few in his basement that he was never going to need, and so passed them on my way because he knew I had a Space Echo. What's in the Space Echo right now is, as far as I can tell, the original tape. May have been replaced by a previous owner at some point, but it is the original tape since I've owned it. I'm going to remove the original tape, clean up the tape path with rubbing alcohol, put in the new tape. We're also going to compare before and after. I've actually prepared some test clips to show before and after, because I'm very interested in how the sound of this changes with the new tape. So here's my test session. Pink noise, impulse response, or impulse generation, white noise, pink noise, then white noise, then a 60 hertz tone, 120 hertz tone, 1K tone, 5K tone, and a 10K. And that will give us an overview of how the thing sounds at various frequencies. And with the short bursts, we can turn that into an impulse response and get some old tape kind of a filter effect. Then I've got just a short guitar thing. It's just DI guitar, no amp. But here's how it sounds. Just a couple different chords. I'll come back to that later. And so here is the response from the Space Echo, running out channel 3 of my interface into the Space Echo, out on the single tap mode, where it's a single repeat, and out the wet output into input 3 on the interface. And here's how it sounds. That's the pink noise impulse, white noise impulse response, pink noise, white noise, 60 hertz, 120 hertz. That's a 1K, 5K tone, and a 10K tone. So you can really tell that it changes the tone a lot. So you can also see these little sort of warble things. I think that's where it hits a splice, or the tape gets stuck a little bit, or the motor has slowed slightly. But yeah, it's still a sine wave going through there. You know, in most plugins, if you had a dropout like that, that would be a serious fault. It's kind of what I love about the Space Echo. So hopefully changing the tape doesn't completely remove what I love about this particular one. So let's hear these chords with the Space Echo. So really dark, warm, random pitch glitches and things like that, especially right here. I didn't have a whammy bar or anything that would do a pitch drop like that. That's just the motor slowing down or the tape catching slightly and warping. And any other sort of like dropouts and stuff, that could be where the iron has completely worn off of the tape. So let's talk about what I'm going to do with the Space Echo. So I'm going to take off the cover and remove the tape. Throughout the tape path, I'm going to clean it up. There's some little pinch roller things. This is the main motor that drives everything that when it's turned on. You can see that it pulls the tape through this path, over the tape heads, and then back into the chamber. When I first got this didn't move at all. It was just like stuck shut, and I just added a little bit of oil and pretty much started up right away. I think I spent maybe 15 minutes of troubleshooting, and it's been working ever since. It definitely is time for a cleaning, and very curious what a new tape will do. The other change I'm going to make is just gluing on this front panel. It's a little bit loose. The glue has completely dried and cracked over the years, so just put a bit of super glue in there to attach that more firmly again. All right, let's get started. All right, so I got everything connected again, ready to run the test. But I want to do kind of a prediction of how the sound is going to change. I think there's going to be a lot more high frequency captured there. Pitch should be more stable. It shouldn't fluctuate so much and warble and stuff. And also, I think it might be louder. I'm not sure why, but I think that because it's a new tape, it's going to hold the electrons a little better. I don't know. Let's run this test. I think these are the right settings. In my project, I've got my test tones on the first track. I've got to send out. I'm going to turn off the original sound, and then we're just going to hear the new test tone from the new tape. I'll mute the old tape. Here we go. So here's the old tape pink noise test. And the new. Is it quieter? It's quieter. That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to split these, and let's normalize both of these. All right, so the second one got 12 dB of gain, and the original old tape got plus 9.7. And then I'm just going to bring these down by 3 dB equally. Let's hear old and new. So we're going to go between the old and the new on the spectrogram, and let's see how that looks. That is so weird, getting less high frequencies in the new tape. The new tape doesn't really sound the same. Unexpected result. That is definitely different. There's a lot more mid-range. Let's zoom in on these. Very curious. What's going on here? The waveforms are actually different. This I didn't really expect. I didn't really expect changes in this way. It's not absolutely clearly better or worse. It's just a lot different. So the 1K tone looks a lot different. It's got these wobble things in there. And the original one, I guess it still kind of did, but yeah, I don't know what to think about this. Let's do the guitar test now. I had this on 2. I'm not sure what the... hopefully I haven't changed the settings from the original, but yeah, let's record the guitar test. So it still has a very similar vibe, just without the kind of random pitch stuff. It's really throwing me off that it's quieter, unless there's just, you know, some sort of glitch here with the volume or with the output switch or something like that on this. Definitely not what I was expecting with this sound. Let's record another take of this. Same settings. There we go. There's some pitch stuff. So it can still happen. It's just less common. So kind of unexpected results here, but it still sounds good and I'm happy with the results. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you found this interesting. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Support the Reaper blog through Patreon and visit reaperblog.net for a lot more tutorials.